So I just thought I'd let you guys know that I've changed the running order of how these episodes are going to go. Based on when I was editing them, I didn't want to use clips from the clubs. The balls I could explain later on, but I didn't really want to ruin the look of some of the videos by showing clips of me using the putter when you haven't already seen it. So episode 3, which is this one, is now going to be the putter, and episode 4 and 5 will be a rundown and a review of the golf balls that I used. I hope you guys are okay with this. And I think from here on, what I'm going to be doing is reviewing any clubs that I use in the first couple of episodes, or the first episode or two, depending on how many we go out and buy. And then any sort of equipment, such as golf balls, anything really that I decide I want to use, can go in the later episodes. And then obviously the last episode, a course review. So I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, welcome to episode 3. Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 3, 1, 2, 3, of the Golfing on a Budget. I've got 2 golfers walking past me, and they're looking at me as if I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. So, we bought this for $11.99. It is the Slazenger V300 SZ R006 Slazenger putter. It's got this sort of, I'm going to call this my Shrek head putter. It looks like Shrek. And I quite like it, and I'm sure you guys will have a good giggle at that. But right off the bat, it feels, again, like an okay height. You guys can't see me, obviously, because you're looking at my face. But similar to the wedge that we're going to be trying out as well. Obviously, I've got to record these all in one go. It actually feels really smooth, and straight off the bat, I'm noticing the effect of the alignment, because my putter at the minute, I have a Dunlop, and it's just a standard rectangle sort of. Looks like a, what do you call it? Looks like a shortbread. Do you know the like long sticks of shortbread you get? Looks like that. And one thing I do sort of struggle on is lining my shots up correctly when I'm putting. So hopefully this will help me just a little bit. I think that's what they're there for, and it's weighted really nicely from what I can feel. It's got a nice swinging motion to it, and I quite like it. So obviously what I'll be doing is I'll be chipping all the shots onto the green, and you'll see that, well, you'll have already seen that in episode 1, and then I'll be putting them with this, which sort of helps. And then when it comes to on the round of golf, I'll be doing exactly the same. So in these first couple of clips that you're going to see, I'm going to have to voice over quite a lot of it, because like I say, the wind had been very, very treacherous that day, and you can see the camera shaking. But straight off the bat, we hit a very nice putt. The one thing I will say about the putter is it gives me quite a lot of confidence in sort of the accuracy and the line of the shot. What I was beginning to struggle with was the distance and the power I needed to put on it. I have since used the putter, and I've got a lot more confident in that area. Now, as you can see with some of the shots, some of them along the next couple of clips do fall short quite a bit, and I'm just adjusting the camera right now in order for you to see the last couple of putts. A review of the golf balls individually will be coming up in the next 2 episodes, so stay tuned for those. Remember, this goes live every Friday. And yes, I do understand that quite a lot of the clips are duplicated, so you'll be seeing a few of these putts, these putts for each individual golf ball as I explain what I'm going through, or explain the golf balls in the next episode. But it was just a way of me videoing the whole thing. You know, I can use this footage for both the putting aspect and the ball aspect. So obviously it depends what we discuss in the videos, that's really the content. But as you can see, accuracy and a little bit more consistency is what I was finding with this putter. I absolutely love the weight of it. It glides along the floor really nicely, and it's weighted really nice. It's weighted heavily at the bottom, which means I don't even have to put much power on it, and I was getting pretty close, and that one was probably the closest putt so far. From a bit of a distance, it's a good 6 or 7 yards, whatever that is in feet, I'm not too sure. But I don't think the camera really does it justice on how far away the putt actually is. That's a good 1, 2, 3, 4 yards of a normal stride away from the hole. The greens themselves on the course were a little bit lengthy, so the ball was slowing down towards the end, hence why I had quite a few short putts. But like I said, this was the first time using the putter, and I think I did exceptionally well for saying I'd never used one before. Well, not used the putter, but not used this putter specifically. However, we do, I think, just about make this putt. Or it might have been a close 2 putt. There we go, it goes in. I think that was the best one so far. The next set of clips are again from me putting from a different angle. I'm trying to remember which ones these were. Oh yeah. Okay, so these I think were the worst putts I've had so far. I might just leave you to watch these. Maybe they were the best ones instead of the worst ones. Here we go. That was absolutely terrible, wasn't it? And just as terrible. Much better. And then for the final putt, do we make it? Do we not? I can't quite remember. It's been a while ago since I recorded this, to be fair. We don't. We fall just a little bit short. The absolute millimetre away from the hole. But as you can see, consistency-wise and accuracy-wise, it was a lot more confident. But the short putts, I think, are where it let me down. Now again, I'm just going to let you see some of these putts. Some of them are dead nice, some of them aren't. I think, I've got a feeling these are the worst ones. I think I go miles away. That one doesn't quite go in, so I think I've got to tap this in, hasn't I? There we go. The course as a whole has been very nice. I think the putting greens sort of let it down. Well, not the putting greens, but the greens in general sort of let it down because they're not quite as short as you may expect them to be. I might need to go for another round in the next couple of days to see whether they've, I was going to say shaved them, cut them, is what I mean. Now, you'll see about this ball in the next episode, in the /100 balls, but the Farmer 3-1 and I tried it out and it was a bit shit. It was really wobbly, it was a bit cracked and it was definitely dented. So I thought I'd finish them 3 putts, class more as 2 putts. And then last but not least, we'll try out some short putts. Now this is where, because I've been doing a few long putts, I was getting a bit over carried. No, I was getting a bit carried away, there we go. I was hitting them a bit hard. But again, as I say, accuracy was the one thing that I really needed to work on in terms of my putts. I think I was doing it rather well. You know, it was why I bought the putter. I like the weight. I like the way it glides. Distance was a bit of an issue, as that putt goes very, very far past. And again, this one. But you know, later on in the day, after I'd played quite a bit of golf, I was getting a lot more consistent, and you'll see that coming up. That one goes in, and the rest are relatively okay. That's 3 in. Quite a few out. Anyway, we're on to the first hole. Making these putts, can I make them? I'd had a nice couple. I had some awful shots onto the green. Then we tap it in. Nope, over powerful yet again. Nice little 2 putt there. And I think I sort of overcompensated with the next white ball because I decided to hit it a little bit short, I believe, for another 2 putt. Extremely short, look at that. However, I do tap it in for a nice 2 putt. Again, putting is something that I really, really need to work on. Now we're on to one of the later greens, and as you can see, I was pretty close with this after I chipped it on like twice. I think I tried to chip close, got terrible, put it really close, but missed that on camera. And then this one is a really long putt. It's a good 9 or 10 yards away from the hole. And this was one where I really had to think about the line. Like I say, I was a bit more confident with the accuracy of it, so I hit it. It's rolling. It's rolling. And again, fall short. It had the accuracy though, it really did have the line. I can still remember the shot now. That would have curled around just to the end, but was full of water. Now, these are some of my favourite shots. This ball, I had to travel such a long way. Look how many steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 or 9 yards yet again. And I make a nice 2-putt. As I say, I am an amateur. I do play very casually. So a 2-putt from that distance for me, I actually really liked. And I expected the next one to be a 2-putt 2. 2-putt 2 like Timbuktu. And I hit it. And you know what I say? The accuracy is on point, but the power's a bit much. Not today, boys. I get it from a nice 4 or 5 yards. Probably my best putt of the day. And then it gets a lot worse from here on. Because I was using the course and no one else was on it, and it's free to play. No, it's not free to play. It's free to use any holes in any order. So I thought, you know what, just as a bit of fun. No one's around, so I'll just have a nice quick putt. Take a nice putt. Extremely wide and extremely long. And I think, no, I've had enough now. So get ready for the outro. Hey guys, so I thought I'd give you a quick, brief rundown, or outro if it were, about the Slazenger V300 SZR006 putter, or Shrek as I call him. Bloody look at this thing, it is Shrek. I'm calling it Shrek, and Shrek is my new best mate. Obviously quite a lot of the clips I was getting close, I was 2-putting quite a few of them. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. However, since using it and getting used to it, I've used it a couple more times. Similar to the loft wedge, I've been using it while I've been out and about. And no word of lie, I've made some excellent putts with these. If I do end up going out later this afternoon, I might try and gather a few more clips of using this putter, because I feel like my putting ability's jumped. Whether that's the confidence, whether that's... I think it's the way it comes off this. Them long putts, I feel like I'm more familiarised with the length of putts now. The other old Donne one that I was using, it just felt like I was hitting metal on metal, which to some degree was true because of the balls I was using, and obviously the end of it's metal, but it didn't have this little rubbery strip. I assume this is rubber, it might just be another bit of metal, to be fair, I don't know. However, I felt a lot more confident using this. It comes off really clean. For the more longer putts where maybe my chipping on hasn't been excellent, or I've tried to chip in from far away and it's just ended up rolling onto the green, where I've had to put quite a long putt, I feel like I'm a lot more confident with this, and I'm getting a lot closer for them 2 putts, and I'm making good putts from a reasonable distance where I wouldn't usually be doing so at the minute. So value for money, this was $12.99. No, $11.99. It was about 12 quid. Regardless, it was very, very cheap. Value for money, 5-star. Like I said, this is what this series is about. It's trying to find the golf clubs that are valuable, that are good for such a cheap value, or for a cheaper value than what you usually buy clubs for. One last thing to note, the weighting of this is brilliant. It feels, I know you can't see me do this right now, but with my other putter, because the head was so small, it didn't feel quite as heavy, so it just felt like I was wafting a stick in the air. This is weighted really down, so it feels like a pendulum, and it seems to glide across the floor, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Even Shannon, my friend, if you're watching, hello, even he said that he really, really does like using this, and it just gives you an extra little bit of confidence to make a putt. So 5-star value for money. Effectiveness, 5-star. 100% recommend this for those of you that are starting out playing golf, that are on a budget, that want to do this. So yeah, I don't think there's much more to say than I thought the wedge would be my favourite purchase out of the 2 clubs that we bought. But this has turned out, and I think that's why it surprised me. It's the V300 Slazenger, 12 quid from Sports Direct. I must go and get the V300 balls to match it. We got the V100 distance balls from Slazenger. I must go and get the V300 to see how they pair up with this and that respectively. So I shall see you later. Goodbye.